Well, I don't know. Next one right here. When Valtan came out in KR, they got a 1390 Hyper Express. I saw this title and I'm just like, where did you get your info, dude? We did not. So yeah, Hyper Express being the event called Express Mission Event. It wasn't Hyper Express. It ain't class, it's trash. I don't know. Yeah, we'll read this for now, I guess. That's what it is right there. Class discrimination is so real in this game, I don't even want to play anymore. So this is an AU right here. Class discrimination is not really that real of a thing in Korea, right? As I said, there are some that does it, but those are the minority. So yeah, I personally, as long as you're geared properly, you know, engraving stats and everything, it doesn't matter what class you are. I'll take you. That wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I don't know. Let's read these guys. But yeah, with how many people upset with the patch delays, I'd like to provide a change of pace in the complaint topics for variety. It's probably like a while ago. First, I'd like to preface this by saying definitely I try my best to do my fair share in all group activity. I don't like taking advantage of others. So if I know I can't pull my own weight, I don't even try to join a group. Okay, that's the right mentality, I guess, right? At the very least, you don't know who's worse, people who discriminate or people who would quit because of that. I don't know. I mean, like, this how it is right there. He's a Solfist player running 3321 engraving right now with 1475 spec as robust spirit. Only level 1 defense reduction red engraving active. Without spending real money to get better gear, I don't really think I can improve my gear significantly at the moment. You can, because 3321 is basically free unless you're like under like 1370, then sure right there. He just need 333. This is practically 333. But 333 is practically free. You can get 3331 for cheap. If you're going for 4 level 3, then that when it exponentially goes up. But, I don't know. It's not like it's bad. Like, for the current content in NAEU, this gear is totally fine. So, yeah. I don't think I'm a good player, but I also don't have problem with standing in bat, and I can do most PvE content in MMO without much issue generally. Well, people don't know this, you know. If you get discriminated, it's not because of this. So yeah, unless you have logs with the DPS meter. Now that's a different issue. But we don't have that yet. But yeah, he got it because no 333, but that's because like player ignorance though. NAU doesn't know that 3321 is equal to like 333. As long as it's a proper engraving, of course, not this stupid heavy armor thing. Okay. Throughout my experience from tier 1, tier 3, I've already felt it takes longer to me to find a party to accept me in Guardian raids. Abyssalny, my friends brushed it off and said I was just imagining things, and I thought maybe I was. Either way, it wasn't a big issue back then. I just choose to use matchmaking, not a problem. Even at tier 3, still can't find a party to accept me for Volganos, whatever, I soloed it. I mean, you shouldn't find a party for it though, just soloed it. But yeah. But now getting to end game content like Aragos, I can't solo that shit. I can't use matchmaking for it either because realistically no one does. True. And how would I get to party to go to phase 2 if I matchmake and people are below 395? That's why you don't matchmake. I've been playing 2 parties for Argos P2 and on off for 3 days. No party accept me, so I go do some other content and come back to check party board to look for parties. I feel like they would accept you just fine if it's just phase 2 though. I feel like I don't know. There might be something wrong over there. I don't think it's class discrimination, but it could be as well. We don't know, I guess, right? Yeah, this happened to my Solfist too. Maybe it is a Solfist thing. That, like, you know, NAU player discriminate against Solfist. It's kind of weird, I guess. So yeah, what is his 3321? We don't know, Doge. But we can give him the benefit of the doubt that it's a proper engraving, let's say, right? Join a P1 party before weekly reset just to get something done this week. It's such a shit experience for me. In other MMOs I played, at least if I am in a guild, they realize I'm a competitor. If they want me to reroll to a more useful class, they will funnel me gears and items so I can be up to endgame content again. I don't think any guild Nosar would do that for me because the cost of resources is a lot higher. Well, the problem with that is that you need to reroll. The problem with that is the NAU community, right? For some reason. So yeah. Like, I'm not saying that, like, you know, Solfist is not discriminated in Korea, no. But we get that way less, basically. As long as you have, like, proper gear, right? PTR patch damaged their reputation, but it wasn't even implemented, right? But that's how stupid NAU people are, I guess. You know? Like, the PTR got rolled back for, like, Solfist. They didn't get the PTR patch. Nothing changes for them. And even if it does change, it's not changed yet in NAU. Right? Because you don't have it yet. It's the community, I think. It's not the fault of like this guy, the class that he's playing. It's the community for like discriminating like this specific class. So yeah. Suddenly I feel I'm special, didn't get rejected, yeah. If two classes equally geared apply, people just take stronger one. But to be honest, this is in any game. Yeah, no, that's in any game, Juvian. That's in any game, and you're not wrong for that. Assuming, but here is the thing, right? The difference between class is not that big. Like if the gear, like the engraving is different, then yes, sure, I can understand that. But I mean, like, not taking like a soulfish because like, oh, I don't want to play with soulfish. That doesn't really happen that much in KR basically. So yeah, don't have a problem with soulfish. If you cannot find a party, just make your own. True. Freddy, make your own. I make your own. I make my own party as well. So yeah, that's why you join a guild. You can join a guild as well. But yeah, I wouldn't accept Roba Solvis either. What? Why, Rivo? Fire party with my sharpshooter made me make a main bard, and I'm glad I did that choice since playing support is actually fun. Now I love playing bard. Yeah, well, the thing is, I play a sharpshooter as well, but then I make my own party. So yeah. To be fair, yeah, you can just create your own party. That's like something that like you can fix right there. Yeah. Thinking about switching to Lance Master, never going to call it Glavier, so suck it AGS. Good, good. This is the right mentality right here. If I like the playstyles and at least some of the costumes, I can have pass on to the other female martial arts. But man, fuck this discrimination in a video game. To be fair, it's your game, not my game, Not the Korean version. So because Soulfish just goes in just fine in my party, to be honest. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's like this guy's fault though. I mean, like, I can understand it right there, But I think it's this guy's fault for that, Because like assuming like he has like proper build and everything, proper engraving, like he should be accepted just fine. If not, I guess you can make your own party and that would fix that issue as well. But I mean, like, a lot of people like refuse to do that. I don't know why. Like something about making a party for them is just like they don't want to do it. I don't know why. But yeah, this one was really class discrimination. It could be, Pese. I'm not saying like this is not class discrimination. It could be. But then like I never had that issue because I'm the leader of the party always. I always like raid lead, right? So yeah. DPS Paladin only, yeah. He could just join a guild as well. Basically, there are like, solution here and there. But having a solution there does not mean that like, his like concern is like unfounded, right? Because if it is actually like, he got rejected because he's playing Soulfish, then whether you have guild or whether you make your own party, the problem is still there. It doesn't like diminish like the problem itself. But yeah, energy release. No, some people do. So yeah, who denies sharpshooter? They do more damage than me on blaster. I think it depends. But yeah, sharpshooters are strong. Yeah, people don't know that though, because like many EU players are generally not that smart. Sharpshooter was called weak because it was weak like more than a year ago. Now, since the past year, it has been like one of the really strong, reliable range class. But then what people know is that sharpshooter is weak because they don't do their own research, dude. They can't even read Express. You're expecting them to do research? Legendary books, you can 70 if you want to. If you have like the resource for it, sure. But yeah. Robust, precise, adrenaline 2, awakening 1, and stats was I'm in alt spec. Necklace actually special and swiftness because I can't get special crit. Okay. Okay, now it makes more sense, Because I wouldn't accept that as well. Now it makes more sense. Because Robust Spirit 3 is good. Adrenaline 2 is good. Precise Dagger 3 on that, on top of the Adrenaline, is not good. Precise Dagger is not good, And I know why he built Precise Dagger, because a certain guy told him to do that. Precise Dagger is literally an 11% damage increase. The reason why in KR you use it is because you can run 5 level 3. Obviously you don't have that, But these like idiot guide makers makes that, You don't run Precise Dagger right now. Same with Awakening, no. Like majority of your damage still comes from your standard skill. Awakening is strong, true. But that doesn't make up like 80% of your damage. It's more like 30%. Plus, like if you run like a Grudge Curse Doll, Robust Spirit right there, that's already way stronger than that. So I wouldn't accept that for like under the pretense of like wrong engraving. So yeah, it's not discrimination this time. Now it's gatekeeping. It has nothing to do with the class. It's the fact that he didn't gear properly. But that's like what I do right there. So yeah. Now, I assume that like that engraving was correct, but it wasn't. But it's not class discrimination. The reason why I deny this, deny like this application, is not because of he's playing Solfis. No, it's because he built Solfis wrong. That's the reason why. So yeah, if like he has like Grudge Curse Doll, level 2 Adrenaline, level 1, I don't know, 333 Grudge Curse Doll, Robust Spirit, I'll take him even up until phase 3. So yeah, it's not class discrimination. So yeah, well, we'll move on for that then, I guess. Well, we found that right there. That's basically like the thing. Spec Swift is also not good. You need Spec Crit. You have 0 crit right there on that. Well, I guess he ran Precise Dagger and Adrenaline, so you get the crit right there. Am I right, boys? That's the crit, right? Surely. But yeah. But that's what it is right there. Although I do believe that like NAU is not really that smart. So yeah, they would think they don't really know as well. Probably, I would assume. I don't think they really know like that in depth about like, you know, Solfis build in necessarily. So it could still be the class discrimination. It could still be that. So yeah, not dismissing it. The problem could be there in NAU, but yeah. Well, we'll move on for that then. We'll move on for that. Okay. So there is this one right here. Like, I don't understand this one here, you know. I saw the title and I'm just like, what? Where did you get your info, dude? Expertise believer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Next one right here. When Valtan came out in KR, they got a 1390 Hyper Express. I saw this title and I'm just like, where did you get your info, dude? We did not. So yeah, Hyper Express being the event called Express Mission Event. It wasn't Hyper Express. It's called Super Express during Valtan. Basically, a mini battle pass of Honing Mass with eye level checkpoint to accelerate one character to the eye level. The event is 4. Yeah, just like Express Mission Event. Valtan 4045 is supposed to be released mid-May, probably like 19, and yet we get an eye level 1000 Hyper Express event through June 30th. Instead, we got 1390 that JP got. Instead of the 1390 that JP got. Wait, JP or KR? Dude, you gotta be more consistent, bro. Is it JP or KR? Well, either way, I can guarantee you, no, they didn't get that, you know. And no, it's not 1390 as well. At the time, you know what we get? We get Phaeton Pass as well. So yeah, we get Phaeton Pass as well. So yeah, oh, it's Russia now. Oh, it's Russia now, Peche. I see now. Now it's Russia. No, they don't get that, so yeah. Just another example of how we are supposed to get content faster, but we are shafted up again. Just like how JP or KR also got tier 1, tier 2 honing buff with Argos. And this one is not with Argos actually. This one is with Southburn. And 1370 honing buffs with the Kadan quest. No, that's not the case. But we will get none until Vicus apparently. In Korea we get it on like Abril shoot, by the way. You get it in Vicus if you're in Russia. So there is that as well right there. So yeah, I'll check it later, Shikers. So yeah, check the actual reward from the 1390 Hyper Express. Dude, this number is so weird, by the way. Because like Hyper Express stops at 1370 or 1415. Remember to compare this to whatever the eye level 1000 thing we get is right here. Okay, this is all the reward basically right here. So yeah, they also got the exact same Ark Pass, Battle Pass we are getting with this event. It's in the same pose. It's not like they couldn't have done this instead. Oh, so he's doing like the JP. Okay, so he's talking about the JP, not KR. Dude, so your title is literally wrong then. He's talking about the JP one fully then. Okay, and the Ark Pass has quest to clear the Challenge Guardian Raid and Challenge Abyss Dungeon. 2 pieces of Weakling Weapon, they give a ton of honing materials we still don't have. True. And they also got a 1302 power pass that gives you full set of 1302 gear and starts you in Punica. Of course, we just get the 960 with our Southern update and no power pass with Destroy and Valtan. Southern update, by the way. Well, to be fair, like JP has been there for more than a year, right? Clickbaiter could be clickbaiting, yeah. Where was 1390 from? I don't know. Yeah, Valerian Korea. Thank you for the follow, welcome, dude. Yeah, but it's talking about the JP one, not the clickbaity KR one. So yeah, but to be fair, like, you know, the game is relatively new in NAEU. It could be that Smilegate and Amazon, they think that, like, you know, people need time to learn the game first, so they don't give the honing buffs. So it takes them longer time to learn. It's annoying, yeah. Of course, it's annoying, like understandably so, yeah. But it could be like the reason why they are doing this. JP having like being there for like 1 year though is the reason why they have these events. So I think it's different. It does suck. I'm not saying like it doesn't suck. No, it does suck. But I mean, like, you know, you gotta like see like from the JP's perspective. They've been like there. They've been in tier 1 for 4 months, by the way. Tier 2 for another 4 months. and then tier 3 on the next one right there. So you gotta understand that like it's different for them as well. Their experience is different. Since the game is new, everyone thinks that he knows better. Everyone thinks because they and now they have to slap their opponents on your forehead since they are also smart. The exact reason made me playing more solo since a few weeks. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that solinator, but okay. Most 1370, 1490 together. I don't know right there. 4 months of tier 1. Yes, Russia got 4 months of tier 1 as well. Same with JP as well. It's a different kind of experience. If you want JP's experience, you can get it probably. But you're probably gonna be mad as well. So yeah, you gotta understand that like it's different. JP and the other regions are different right there. You can base like what's coming based on like the other like regions, but don't treat it as like one by one comparison basically, because it's not gonna be the same. And you're just gonna see the better version right there. It's grass is always greener on the other side, always. So you don't compare it like that basically. But yeah, happy people who actually know what's like encounter in tier 3, not those papagas who actually do casual guardian event. Yeah. Performance tier 2 is harsh, totally different experience from West. It's not as bad as you think, Valerian, because we have Abyss Raid in tier 1, tier 2. It's Mystic and Keister, which you don't have. It's gone in an AU. So yeah, it would have been like a much better experience if it is there, because you have like an actual raid, but then like that's not the case right now. I don't know what Smalgate was doing. That's just how it is right there. But yeah, don't compare like your version with like other region, because it's not gonna be the same experience. You're just gonna see that like, you know, oh, my version sucks basically. So yeah, that's basically how it is right there. Yeah. Not really revise. You just have to play it manually then. But yeah, and then this is the last one right here. So yeah, this is the last one. Swagger is trying to push a bunch of content to NAU. At least they just could buff tier 1, tier 2 honing buff. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not like denying you right there. I think that like tier 1, tier 2 honing buff should have been there already. But I don't know why it's not there yet. I don't know what Smalgate is thinking. But hey man, I don't work for Smalgate, so yeah. Tenoto, thank you for the follow man. Welcome dude. Yeah, next to the, now is a different idea. Not convinced that Grudge is base for pushing. What does he mean by pushing? Yeah, I'm not sure right there. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, oh wait, it's the same guy actually. It's the same guy. Oh, it's this guy. It's a Solfis guy. Well, that's why. Well, same guy right here. Same Solfis guy. It's the same guy, yeah. Same guy. He's active in forum right there. So yeah. It's the same guy. Know that engraving such as Grudge over good multiplicative DPS boost at the cost of taking more damage. True, yeah. He's not wrong right there. Well, yeah. In an encounter where your team is being DPS checked, I definitely understand the need to increase DPS even at the cost of survivability, but currently most if not all encounter can be done relatively easily at item level if no one dies. Most of my dungeon raid runs that takes multiple attempts is because not enough people survive at the end of the phase. But here is the thing about it, right, you know. The more time, like here's the thing. When you do Argos and you kill it within 10 minutes, and when you do Argos and then you kill it within 15 minutes, how many times like what are the chances of you dying, right? Like there is more chance of you dying when it takes like, you know, 1/2 of the time to do it. So yeah, that's not about like it's not about just DPS check. Yes, it does help in DPS check, duh, obviously. But I mean like people don't wanna spend like, you know, 15 minutes each phase on Argos. That's why right there. Lots of free time for Room Dweller could be, yeah. He runs Precise Dagger, Irimi, so yeah, we know that. we know that right there. But yeah, well, here's the thing, right, you know. The reality is like, you know, can be done relatively easily on item level if no one dies, right? Well, here's the thing. You can clear Argos phase 1 with no engraving. You can clear Albion with no engraving. Now, the question is, will you take someone with no engraving? Come on, be honest. Will you do that? You can clear it without any engraving, dude. You gotta be honest here. If you said no, then why are you even complaining, right? Yes, if they pay up, so it's a bus, man. It's a bus, I see. It's a bus right there. If it's a support, yes. Well, if we're talking about Grudge, obviously, like, support doesn't use Grudge, right? So, yeah. At least better than a bot with a human name. So you're gonna take like on Argos, you're gonna take someone with no engraving at all, because you can clear it. you know, if no one dies, right? You can clear it. I mean, I wouldn't. Why should I, right? I could have cleared it within like 5 minutes. Why would I take 15 minutes to clear it, right? So, yeah. But yeah, but that's the reality of it right there. So, yeah. That's different topic, OG, later, man. Last night, noticed a few specifically seem more prone to over first blood as tribute to Argos. Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with that right there. Heavy armor players dies as well. The argument of that is always been stupid, so yeah. Since my friend and I organized the party, I took a look at their specs to review and I see that some of them are running Grudge. Oh, there we go. Now you actually know how to organize party. Oh, it's his friend. Never mind. It's his friend right there. So it's his friend. Guess is essentially a social norm to take the engraving people expect you to have, but I am convinced that if you die even once while running Grudge, it is essentially going to be a net DPS loss for a whole party compared to if you were running different engraving. Yeah, but I mean like, you die anyway, you know? People die anyway even if they run heavy armor. Like that argument is like the same thing right there. Okay, guys, no, I cannot. Assuming you are not dying to wipe mechanics and have the reaction speed to chuck a pot before you die, most of the time you end up dying probably means you also ran out of potions. No. This is not true for any EU. This is not true for any EU right there, so yeah. Using Simplify, probably incorrect napkin mat if you're using elemental potions. Okay, well, this is like, we don't know about this, because this is not true to begin with. Like, people say potion for Lost Ark true in an EU. So, yeah. People save potion for like NAU. They don't use it. That's why like people keep dying right there. Yeah, people will die anyway, whether you have Grudge or not. Here is the thing, right? You know, this is what people do. When someone dies, you blame that he's using Grudge, not because like the guy like you know didn't dodge mechanic. Like how does that even make sense? That doesn't even make sense right there. But yeah. Yeah, did learn from video pattern and learn how to use my items utility like shield potion. Yeah, like here's the thing, right? If you don't like bother to learn, right? Whether you run like any other engraving, you're gonna die anyway. So yeah, this Grudge guy, if he changes to like heavy armor, he's probably gonna die anyway. So yeah, same thing, same thing, same thing. So yeah, well I don't know. I mean like see, don't die. Obviously, don't die. And I mean, like, you say that, like, oh, but I mean, like, yeah, don't die for head. I mean, like, that's literally how it is, though. Like, whether you use, like, no Grudge or Grudge, you will die if you don't dodge. But obviously, you blame the Grudge, right? That's always the mentality for, like, people right there. Always, it's always, like, Grudge fault right there. It never was the player's fault. It was the Grudge fault. But, yeah. Go stream, take a development. Welcome, dude. But, yeah. I don't know. His title is, like, not convinced Grudge is Biz. Well, Grudge is Biz. You're talking about Biz, right? Biz has nothing to do with performance. Biz means is the one that provides you with the best in slot. What makes you do the most damage? It's Grudge. You're not convinced? Then you need to learn what Biz is. Because Biz is literally best in slot. Your performance doesn't matter. Your performance comes later compared to Biz. But yeah, that argument is stupid anyway to begin with right there. You know, that DPS do no DPS. Yeah, if only all heavy armor players never die. They die as well though. Same shit, dude. If people suck, you suck anyway. But yeah, it's the usual pose right there. So yeah, and then like you wonder why you don't get accepted with party. This is not. I mean like this is like it could be class discrimination. It could be your engraving discrimination. Personally, I wouldn't accept this guy in a party because he built the wrong engraving. But yeah. Isn't very tight even though it's just cakewalk? It is, kinda. Well, it better be, Ender. It better be. Because, like, if Argos is not cakewalk for you, then how are you gonna deal with, like, the later Legion raid, right? It should be. So, yeah. But, yeah, I really felt the difference on my Warriors with Grudge, though. Parasite damage on Yoho, for example, become a pain in the ass on eye level. Oh, no, it doesn't mean that, like, you know, you don't feel it. No, you do feel it. But here's the thing, if you can't dodge like this mechanic to begin with, if you can't dodge the meteors from Yoho, whether you have it or not, you're gonna die anyway. Right? It's the same thing. But yeah. Could be my discrimination. Parents use and DPS, I don't accept them. I wouldn't really accept, okay, it depends on how it is. Depends on the engraving that they run as well. So yeah, and how much damage, mathematically would they do. Like, we don't know how the player is gonna play. But we can guesstimate, right? But yeah, probably going to quit when Valtan comes out. I don't know. It is what it is, man. Cargo that starts talking shy at the beginning and then is the first guy that dies. I don't know. It could be different or anything. But yeah. Well, we know for a fact that, like, you know, Grudge is base right there. Your performance, people dying, has nothing to do when it comes to base. No, base is base. So yeah, Yoho, Yoho. Yoho harder than Velganos, yeah. There is heal over there, yeah, so yeah. Ba, ba, ba. But yeah, that's what it is right there. So yeah, it's for today right here. I don't know. Two of the same guy actually. What are the chances, right? We get two of the same guy. One is complaining about like not being accepted into the party, blaming class discrimination. Could be true. I'm not saying it's not true, but it could be something else, like how I would like deny him. Yeah. But what are the chances, right? What are the chances? But yeah, that's React and D-boys. Yeah, not Meteor, but the tail swap, for example, are these considered dodgeable? They are considered dodgeable, of course, yeah. Alright, well, we'll get back to it first, boys. We'll get back to it.